fight for Black men. I have a mother. I have sisters, so I'm going to just naturally fight for them as well.
Thank you.
I'm not just gonna not fight for them because they're biological and I'm transgender. What?
No. I didn't say not to fight for women. I'm saying the trans community. Why not just ask for y'all own individual right? Y'all trans.
But we do that.
That's what y'all are.
Think it's that easy?
But that's what we do.
You think
It's
it's
not-
that easy for the government to recognize trans people and have
Do
their
you-
own
do you-
shit?
do you think-
Especially when there are more people against us than for us.
It wasn't easy.
It's not easy when you are coming with emotions, and that's what I was
Exactly.
just telling Serena. You got to come with facts. You have to come with great reasoning. It can't be emotion. I mean, women are on moans all the time, and men claim that we are more emotional. That's
so why isn't it just a claim when it comes to us?
Most of the time, we are presenting logic, and they don't want to hear it. But that's far from the conversation. That's far from the conversation.
Okay, let's let Anna speak, y'all.
Hey, Edna.
Edna, you there?
There's several things. I just want to firstly point out, you can't say that respectfully. I don't know if her name is Megan. You can't. You can't say that you're standing with women while you're claiming to be them as a male. It doesn't really make any sense. So personally, I don't. Yes, just like you.
Stop talking to me.
So sorry. Well, the funny thing is, you say that
You're coming disrespectfully.
You say that I'm not coming
Okay, let him
disrespectfully.
talk,
What's disrespectful is you interrupting me while I'm talking. So as I was saying, right, it's funny you say that men can't speak to you on women's issues when you're a whole ass man claiming to be one. That's the funny part. So you're just a hypocrite. You're telling men they can't speak on women's issues, but you as a man think you have the right to claim to be one. Where's the sense in that? Where's the sense in that, Megan? Right, so you don't have an actual rational response. Did you have a rational response to what I just said? Or is it just
not to you?
Right, so you don't have an argument. So why are you up here pretending? You, no. Okay, so I'll explain to you what the reason that I see right through you.
I don't want to hear
it. Pretending to, well, I'm speaking, so I don't care whether or not you want it. I don't care. Close your ears then, right? So as I was going to say, I see right through you. You're up here pretending as though you empathize with women. You don't empathize with women. Okay, well then you can come down then.
It's not pretending.
I don't really care, right? So, like I said, the issue is you guys are pretending as though you empathize with women. You're up here saying, "Oh, I'll fuck with women."
Galaxies, babe.
No, you don't fight with women if you're up here claiming to be them and you're going into their spaces. I don't know where the she is that you're talking about, but like I said, this person doesn't empathize with women. He is violating their spaces and claiming to be them. Well, okay, so I'm glad you acknowledge you don't care. If you don't care, then don't.
You're a character, babe.
Okay, and what are you? A man playing a caricature of a woman? What makes you any different from me?
What's realer than real?
But sorry, you're nothing about you is real. Your entire life is dedicated to being a gender that you're not. So I'm very confused about
acknowledgement.
that. I'm not asking you for. I'm not asking for you to acknowledge me. Acknowledge what I'm saying.
Real enough for you to keep it going.
You see how they have there's no actual rational response to what I'm saying. All I'm hearing is an emotional man, baby, child behavior. Sir, are you going to respond rationally to what I said?
No, I don't want to talk to you. So why are you're wasting your breath?
I'm not.
I'm not going to talk to you.
You're wasting the women's time in here, so I'm going to address the women in the panel.
I'm just wasting yours. I'm wasting the gay man's time.
I'm speaking, sir. Please don't interrupt me when I'm talking. So I'm going to speak to the women on the panel, since clearly the young man up here doesn't know how to conduct himself with decorum and respect.
Oh my God, do not allow.
Sorry. I don't know why you're interrupting. I'm speaking. Right? Let me just clarify to all the women on the panel. This is why I say that you shouldn't let trans women kiki with you, because he was just up here kikiing with you all and pretending as though. Sorry, sir, I'm speaking. And pretending as though he empathizes with you. He can't say that he empathizes with you while he violates your boundaries and goes into your spaces. That's not a man who empathizes with your experience. So for all the women who were up here kikiing a while ago saying, he has empathy for... No, he doesn't. He goes into your spaces. He thinks he is what you are, and he's pretending as though he empathizes. At the end of the day, he thinks he's what you are, and that in and of itself is disrespectful. I don't know how else to explain this.
Oh, girl.
So, yeah, you say that word, but I'm pretty sure you don't know what a girl is, sir.
I do think that you know a lot about feigned empathy. I'll give you that much.
I don't know why you're referring to me, but okay. Anything else?
I've been saying that to you.
Because I haven't heard an actual rational response to what I said. All I'm hearing is personal attacks.
You're speaking really fast.
I addressed what you said. I'm not speaking really fast.
Empathize with people because of because of behaviors that you see as unempathetic towards women. But that's your
not what I
worldview.
said. No, I'm saying to you, can't violate women's space. Hold on.
Yeah,
let
exactly.
me. Would you like to let me? Would you like to let me talk? Would you like to let me talk so I can explain to you what I actually said? What I said was that you can't empathize with women while you violate their boundaries. That doesn't make any sense. You can't say to women, "I empathize with you, but I go into your spaces, and until somebody else finds a space for me, I'm going to keep violating your."
There's no evidence that trans women pose a threat to women.
Sorry, I didn't say the word. Sorry, a violation. A violation. I'm still talking. I'm still talking.
It's a long sentence.
Unfortunately.
Sorry. So just to respond to the Mr. Humpty Dumpty over here, Egg, you understand that a violation isn't the same as a. I'm speaking to you.
I could tell by your voice that your
Can you allow me to? Can you allow me to respond to what you said? Thank you. So I think you need to understand here, right, that a violation is not the same as a threat. Okay. So if a man is going into what did you say, sir?
But it's synonymous.
It's not synonymous, and the word is not synonymous. It's synonymous.
Synonymous.
Right, there we go. It's not. Yeah, violation and threat are not synonymous.
Y'all tap the screen. Finish Breathe Live. It's a galaxy.
They're not.
And it's hard to come up on a full panel. Y'all keep tapping the screen. Share it out.
Yeah, they're not synonymous, right? So just to clarify, sir, it's a violation.
Would you like to look them up?
When it comes to a violation is essentially where, in this context, when we're referring to a violation, it means essentially in this context that you're going into a space that isn't. I'm speaking. Right, it means that you're going into. Right, if you keep over talking me, the mute button's gonna have to keep going on. I don't know why you keep interrupting me when I'm talking. Right. So as I was saying, right, the violation of a space in this context simply means that you're entering a space that isn't allocated for you. Okay. So, for example, if there's an employees only space, let's say I'm at a doctor's office or a supermarket, and there's an employees only space. If I, as a person who's not an employee, goes into that space, I am violating the boundary. The boundary is that only employees are to be there. If I, as a customer, go in there and I'm not officially employed, then I'm violating the space. The same applies to you, sir, as a male going into women's spaces. You're violating the boundary. That does not mean you're a threat. You're violating and disrespecting the boundary. The boundary is for women. You're not a woman, you're a man.
3 galaxies.
Begging the question once again, you're not establishing how she's a man and not a woman. So
well, a man is an adult human male. And that's not what begging the question is.
So would she be safe going into the men's bathroom?
I don't care. There's no. Sorry, who?
It's true.
Okay, it's like 4 of y'all talking to him at once.
I'm not going to speak to 3 people at once. So Egg can go, and then the gender confused woman at the top can talk after. Right. So. Go ahead. Sorry, Luca. Sorry, I said gender confused woman second. That means you're not supposed to be speaking. The Egg person is talking.
Yeah, and this
Egg,
is
what
the
was
thing.
your
If you
question?
actually had
Stop
good
interrupting.
points,
If you can't conduct yourself with decorum, I'm gonna have to drop you.
being a dick.
Stop interrupting. All right, there we go. You don't know how to behave. Go ahead, Egg. Not dealing with the
Well, it's
misbehavior
3
today.
for me.
And I don't know why you keep mentioning 3 galaxies. It doesn't really matter.
Do you think it's safe for trans women to go into the men's bathroom?
There is no statistical evidence to indicate that trans women have a higher propensity to be attacked in the men's restroom, so I'd say yes.
Trans women are more likely to be sexually assaulted than any other group of people.
Yeah, can I see a source on that? That isn't a survey?
In the men's bathroom?
Sorry, can I see? Hold on. Can I see a source that isn't
I was sexually assaulted in the men's restroom.
Sorry, Megan, I don't care. I'm not speaking to you. Right?
Oh, but
do you believe that there's outliers in the situation?
Can I see a source? Can I see a source that isn't a survey?
Megan, you can't say that. You got to come back.
I can't pull up my screen right now because I'm busy.
What's the name of the source? You said that you could provide sources. What was your source that trans women are more likely to be assaulted more than any other demographic? And it's ironic you say that when apparently trans people are only 1% of the population. You guys don't know which argument to make at what time. You guys change the argument when it suits you. They're 1% of the population and they aren't causing an issue, but they're more assaulted than anybody else. Make it make sense. So what's the source? Okay, he's on pause.
Edna doesn't know what per capita means.
Well, he didn't say per capita, did he?
Well,
so I guess you don't know what sentence.
That's what I meant.
No. Oh, well, we wouldn't know that if you didn't say it, then would we?
Well, that's what I meant.
Okay, well, can I see a source that isn't a survey nonetheless?
I want some Chick-fil-A.
I just told you I'm busy. I can't pull up my screen right now.
Okay, then don't say. Then close your mouth. Then don't say.
I don't have to close my mouth.
Well, you do, because you can't make a claim that something is true and then not back it up. You're making a statistical claim that trans women are more likely to be assaulted. Sorry, I'm talking. Sorry, you had your turn to talk. I thought you were busy. I'm speaking. You said that trans women were more likely to be assaulted than any other group. Well, sure I am, right? No, anyways, you said, I don't know why I'm being interrupted. You said that trans women were more likely to be assaulted more than any other group of people. And I'm asking you to prove it. If you don't have proof, close the cavity below your nose and stop making claims you can't substantiate. Next.
Thank you, Joy.
Next.
Work.
Anybody
By
else?
the way, it's a lion to drop
The
Edna.
question by assuming that they don't belong in those spaces and arguing based off that premise, when you haven't established why those spaces do not also include them, it's a woman's space, not a female space.
Yeah, women are adult human females. Women are human females.
Yeah, so that's based on your.
Aren't surveys relevant though? I'm confused.
No.
Sorry, you see, sorry. Can you all stop talking at the same time? One of you need to pick which one of you fools is going to speak. I'm not talking to two people at the same time.
My bad, but I'm going back because why aren't surveys relevant?
Sorry, yeah, surveys are not. Surveys
One at a time.
Surveys
Jesus
are
Christ,
not.
y'all.
Surveys are not a statistical indicator for actual verified events, okay? I can hand out a survey tomorrow asking how many people saw a unicorn fly across their chimney. Everybody could say yes, it doesn't mean it's true, right? So if you handed out a survey to trans people and they said, are you listening? Did I speak a different language?
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense.
Okay, all right, so let me make it make sense to you.
Please.
Right? If Johnny says something happens on a survey, it doesn't mean the thing Johnny said happened on the survey is verified to be true. Make sense now, sir?
No, because surveys are used to gather information.
Questioning the credibility of surveys and altogether.
Surveys are used to gather information.
NCBS data.
All right, so what I'm not going to do, if you guys keep over talking, I'm just going to start dropping people from the panel because you guys keep talking all at the same time.
Hold on.
No, well,
in general, you guys are over talking.
You keep trying to you guys are all talking at the same time and nobody can address what you're saying, right?
So catch up,
So,
mister.
like I said, right, a survey, especially when it comes to verified information, if you want to find verified incidences for cogent statistical data on trans people being assaulted, surveys are not sufficient because the surveys are just hearsay. The person saying, yes, this happened to me without police records, without convictions, without police nothing is there to verify. That's
How
the
about
issue.
how about the NCBS data set from 2022, 2023?
Is it a survey?
No, it's not. It's a data set.
A data set what's the methodology for the data?
Excuse me?
What's the methodology for the data, sir?
What the fuck is methodology?
Okay, so you're bringing
Oh my God.
You don't know what a methodology is? Why?
Y'all gotta tap the screen. Y'all not tapping the screen.
No, I gave you a data set.
How did they conduct the
Data
research?
sets
How did they get the
in
data?
sources and studies have a methodology, meaning there's a way that the data or the data was collected or ascertained or obtained. That's what a methodology is. So go back to your little source and tell me what the method. Sorry, I'm talking. I don't know why you're interrupting me.
Because I'm giving you an answer,
Sorry,
babe.
I'm speaking, so I'm gonna have to mute you then. You don't know how to act like an adult, right? Where is the methodology for the source? What's the methodology? Go read the little source again and figure it out. Because you guys like to pull up sources. You don't even read them before you cite them to us, right? So anyways, can I get the source for trans women specifically, being more likely to be assaulted in men's spaces? That's not a survey.
It don't take a restroom for a homophobic or a transphobic man to violate a trans person. So you can't use the restroom as them feeling like they'll be more of a threat in a men's bathroom.
Right.
If a man that hates trans, you don't have to be in the restroom for them to assault you.
And the issue as well is that none of this is women's issue. If trans women are being assaulted in the men's restroom, that's not a reason to put them in the men's. We don't put unsafe men in the women's.
Can you speak on gay men's issue instead
That's
of
not
trans women's business?
Sorry, well, you're a gay man who wants to be a woman, so I have no issue doing that, sir.
Right, so speak to me instead of the women, instead of women's business.
I did
Based
speak
on
to,
that logic.
I did speak to you, sir, but you didn't want to have a
Men are
conversation.
so logical.
You repeated constly, all I want to talk to you. Said it several times. So if you
These
don't
type
want
of
to
gay
talk
men
to
don't get dick. That's why they're so
you keep saying,
obsessed.
sorry, I don't know why you all think everything is about sex. Maybe because you're such a sexual degenerate, you think everything is about getting dick, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to have a conversation.
No, because you're a loser.
Yeah, I'm a loser, but you didn't know what the
loser.
methodology was. Yeah, I'm a loser, but you didn't know what the methodology was.
Yeah, you're a
Right.
loser.
Okay.
Right, sure I am. So
Wait,
the
can I
funny
ask?
thing is,
Can I ask a trans?
the funny thing is, you're calling me a loser, but you lost that manhood.
He's only 19.
That's why you're trying to run away from it so bad.
He's 19.
So who really lost here?
You're 30-year-old
How did I
loser.
lose that manhood?
I'm not speaking to you. I'm talking to the failed man
You're
at the
a
bottom
30-year-old
left.
loser.
Yeah, I'm 19, but thank you.
Even
You sound
worse.
45.
Okay, that means I sound mature for
Even
my age. I
worse.
appreciate the compliment.
Even worse.
19 with
Can y'all
the
actually engage
Can
in
I
his
ask
points
a,
and
can
not
I
go
ask,
ad
yeah,
homs?
can I ask a question really quickly? So wait,
See, that's the thing.
Megan, Megan, let me ask you this question. So
What's up,
do you believe
Playboy?
that surveys are credible, or you don't believe that?
I think they can be, yes.
Okay, what would you be using to say that they are credible?
If you are surveying trans people about, let's say, let's do like sexual statistics, excuse me. If you're trans surveying them for that, I highly doubt they're just going to always lie on a survey for that. So yes, surveys are typically used to gather data for statistics.
No,
Right, but
that's not how statistics would work.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
When we're talking
so
about crime.
Baby girl, I wasn't talking to you.
Wait, hold on, wait, really quick, hold on. Let me. So wait, the only reason why I asked that question is,
I can talk about myself, girl.
you couldn't.
Oh, you can kiss
You
my
wouldn't
ass.
be able to prove. Okay, you wouldn't be able to prove that, like, unless you have like cases of these
That's very
individuals.
true. But we can't even say.
And
what
I would say the same thing. Hold on, I'm sorry. I would say the same thing if somebody came up here and said, "Well, I have a survey that shows that trans women are more dangerous than quote unquote cis men." I would ask them for that survey,
Right.
and I literally say it doesn't matter because we don't use surveys to quantify that.
Right,
That's
but
not how that works.
But definitively, we can't even say how many transgender people there are in the world. We can't say how many gay people are. We can't even say how many people there are in the world. So who's to say that the statistics are always going to be fair or right?
Right, because we use basically their conviction record.
Right,
Yeah,
so we can invalidate.
convictions.
So we can invalidate mine, but we can't invalidate the entire. Okay, I got you.
We're not invalidating it. We're saying that we can't use that in the. This man is unwell. Anyways, we can't use it in we can't use it in cogent statistical data. Okay, the claim made by the young man who was up here, who was apparently now left because he didn't have a source, was that trans women were more likely to be assaulted than any other group of. He left just now. The egg person who was up here. That's what I'm talking about, right? He said that trans people were more likely to be assaulted than any other group of people. I asked for a source. That wasn't a survey. A survey is not sufficient to show or verify acts of discrimination, antagonism, or hate crime. That's not how you verify those things. If I handed out a survey tomorrow asking, I don't know, 10,000 women if they've been assaulted by a trans woman, all of them said yes on a survey.
And they could lie.
That's my point. That's the point, my guy. That's the point. So a survey is not sufficient. Thank you, sir, for running right into the point.
The professionals who create the tool don't carefully choose who they send it out to in the first place.
They don't.
They usually wouldn't send it out to
even if they carefully look, people can
about
still lie.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't see how this.
You do not understand what goes into
they don't.
When have you made a survey?
Anecdotals that people use for surveys is not credible.
They don't pick and choose who they pick. So, for example, the Williams Institute study, it was an online survey given out to random trans people. And then they asked trans people, have you experienced hate? And by the way, a part of what was considered violence, by the way, was misgendering. That was the criteria for violence. So a lot of them put yes because they were misgendered. That's what they put on the survey, right? That's what they thought violence was, right? And then they used that data to say, based on surveys, that trans people were 4 times more likely to be assaulted. That's not a good data set. Poor methodology. You can't just ask men in dresses who want to be called she if they experience violence when people call them he. The nigga is a he, so we're gonna call him he.
Okay, so instead of exploring the red herring that you chose to jump on instead of attacking what I asked.
Wait, a red herring is a question. Where was the question?
A red herring is not a question.
Yeah, a red herring is a
red herring is a distraction from the point.
No, a red herring is a question. Yeah, you don't know what a red herring. I'm pull it up on screen for you. No, it's okay. I got you.
Yeah, go ahead. It's literally a distraction from the main point that we're talking about. But once again, I asked you why, in every case, the biological nature of being male or female must be inextricably tied to the gender of being man or woman? Like, why are those inextricably linked in a way that can never be different or separated?
It's just addressing the natural type of human being that already exists.
Yeah, it's literally a categorization for the species. The terms woman and man specify males and females of a particular species, the same way that hen and rooster are inextricably linked to sex for the exact same reason. They're species specifying terms.
But it's ignoring the fact that somebody could completely live as a different gender in the world. Like,
it's not.
You can say that. Literally, it does that the way you want to categorize it is based on biological respect. But the way it actually operates
Wait, I have a question,
in a practical level in society is not that.
Luca, hold on. I have a question. I have a question. Is it possible, Luca? Is it possible for one species to be perceived as another? Is that possible?
How are you going to mute me after you ask me a question?
I didn't mute you.
I'm not mod. I didn't mute you.
Okay.
Is it possible?
Is it possible to mistake one species for another species?
Yes.
I mean, I guess anything is possible.
So there's still a different species, even if they can be perceived as another. There are felines, there are house cats, there are panthers. When they are kittens, they can be mistaken for a house cat or a panther. That doesn't mean that the cat is now a panther or the panther is not. That's not how that works.
Okay, but can you tell me what social category exists?
Wait a second, Luca, I'm still talking. Jesus Christ. So just because you can be perceived as an adult human male does not mean that you are an adult human male. Just because someone treats you as an adult human male doesn't mean that you are an adult human male. That's not how that works.
When the term gender is specifically talking about the roles and expectations.
The term gender, it means genre. It's an abbreviation of a natural kind of individual.
Do you notice how I started talking and you immediately jumped in, but I let you finish when you asked me to stop?
You did not let me finish. You kept talking while I was in the middle of speaking.
No, I did let you finish.
I'm not gonna respect you trying to finish a sentence when you were interrupting me. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, so I should just interrupt you too. Gotcha. Anyway,
that's fine. You already started it, so I'm just finishing it.
The issue is you're not telling me why, like, despite the fact somebody can live as a different gender, being recognized en masse as a different gender, why we're completely ignoring that to say, oh, well, I think it should be tied to the SMEX. Well, that's your opinion. You have to tell me, like, on a practical level, why, regardless of the fact that what we're looking at when we class people in our head as a male or a female or a man or a woman, we're only looking at their external presentation. We're listening to cues like their voice, right? We're looking at things like their stature. We're not looking at their chromosomes.
All of those things are tied to sex. All of those things are tied to sex. Everything that you just listed is tied to sex. Someone's voice, someone's height, someone's phenotypical expression is tied to their fucking sex. When a person transitions, they are emulating the opposite sex. It's directly correlated to sex.
You notice how you didn't answer my question? I asked you why in every case scenario.
Question. What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't though, because I asked you why in every case scenario they have to align. When in practical reality, it doesn't always align.
Well, we're not talking. Hold on. You're confusing the definition.
Somebody can be held to the expectations and roles of the gender man.
You're confusing the definition.
People can be held to the roles and expectations.
I don't know why we let you finish and now I'm responding to your question and you're interrupting. Can you stop interrupting when people are answering the questions that you ask? You literally asked the question, you're repeating it. We all heard your question. Responding to what you said. Right. So your question is flawed because we're not talking about you're confusing the practical applicability.
So you're not going to answer it, you're just going to say it's flawed.
I'm going to explain how it's flawed. I'm not
can't answer it. Okay,
because the question, I'm not going to answer a flawed question and nobody should be required to. I'm not going to just say that it's flawed. I'm going to explain to you how it's flawed. Unlike you, I don't just make statements and don't back them up. Really? So close your little lady mouth and let me talk. Thank you.
What statement have I not backed up?
So what I was, I'm about to
sound more like a lady.
I'm about to explain. Yeah, Sir, Megan or Michael, can you stop interrupting? Right.
This is what I'm doing. Your only move is to do like
Let me explain. Well, sorry, I never did personal attacks until this young man kept over talking me, so I don't really care.
Oh well.
It's justified.
Okay, so can you stop so that I can respond to your question?
Notice how when you don't overtalk, I don't call you names.
Sorry, I don't need you to call me names. You're a woman who thinks she's a man.
Hold on.
Exhibit A. There we go.
I'm not insulted by you.
Hold on. Y'all, we have 331 people in here. Can y'all tap it up? Share the live out. Bree has a live goal up at the top. I wish y'all would clear that out for her. That would be very appreciated. Yeah, y'all keep coming and keep engaging. It's a galaxy to drop someone if you do not like what they are saying. Yeah.
Edna, did you pull up red herring and realize I'm right?
So
Edna pulled up red herring and realized I was right, didn't he? Didn't you, bud?
So the thing that you're confusing is the difference between the definition of women and men as opposed to how we practically
you make
as
claims and then you
opposed
don't
to.
pull up
All
the
right, so you
evidence.
don't know how to act like an adult. We're gonna move on to somebody else because I'm literally responding to you and you keep interrupting. So moving on, somebody else talk now. I'm not doing it. The constant over talking gets to a point. Can't let anybody talk. You just keep over talking and interrupting. I think the testosterone is causing a little bit of a surge.
When you give 90-year-old queers power.
Sorry, when we give men in dresses power to go into women's restrooms, that's what you are. Now, Kira, can I get your age, please?
Let's get to the new people. Yeah,
That's what I'm doing. Kira, can I get your age, please?
25.
Okay. Can you address the prompt, please? Answer the questions on the prompt. Is it homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman?
No, I think it's homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman.
Okay, so that's a yes. Are trans women real women?
No.
Okay. Why don't trans women disclose?
I'm not sure, mostly because of fear, I guess.
All right. So it sounds like you agree. Bree, are we going to keep her or drop her?
but how does she agree when she says that it's gay for a trans man to be with a man? But
no, that's not what she said.
She said trans man. I have a question for Edna.
Homosexual for either way.
Yeah, y'all, we looking for ops.
Okay, all right. So Kira,
Edna, so do you think it's homosexual for a straight man to be attracted to a trans man?
So a straight man to be attracted to a trans man?
Yeah.
If it's just by
do you think that's homosexual?
If he going by just looking at her and he's attracted.
Was the question to me or to Kira?
Because Kira sounds like a op. Kira said that it's gay for a trans man to talk to a
hold on, wait. Let's repeat. Hold on. Let's just reiterate the question. Is it homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman?
Yes, that's homosexual in my opinion.
Okay, great. So she agrees.
Okay. She said trans man at first. Okay.
I think she meant straight man.
I meant straight men.
Right. Okay. What's your question, Egg?
Do you think it's homosexual for a straight man to be attracted to a trans man?
Pardon?
The man that was on the panel before that you kicked because he was...
You mean the woman who thinks she's a man? Yes.
No.
You're such a loser.
Yeah, I'm a loser for speaking the truth.
Does he look like a man? Does he look like a woman to you?
I don't know what it means to look like a woman. If you're just referring to stereotypes, I don't value those things.
You don't know what it means to look like a gender.
Yeah, tell me what men look like that women can't possibly look like. Give me an example.
Like him, the one that you just had.
List one characteristic that person had that a woman can't.
Like, you are such a self-hating gay.
Sorry, you're a self-hating man. That's why you want to be a woman. Keep your mouth closed, please.
And I'm doing
Go ahead. Sorry, I don't know why you keep interrupting. I always find it so ironic when trans people tell us we hate ourselves. You hate yourself so much you want to be the opposite sex. So I don't know what you're talking about. Keep your mouth closed, sir.
Excessive amounts of body hair.
You can be anything.
Sorry.
Women can have excessive body hair.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Okay, you're beating around the bush.
No, we're not.
If your man was attracted to that man that was on the panel before, would you not think it's suspect?
No. We're not beating around the bush.
Yes, you are.
You said, hold on, stop. I'm not, and I'm going to explain how I'm not if you stop interrupting. Okay. We're not beating around the bush. You said that there's a particular way that one gender looks at the other one does not, and I'm asking you to give an example of one characteristic that the person who was up here before had that no other woman can have. It's not excessive body hair. There are women with excessive body hair.
You didn't even know he was trans.
I knew she was. I was trans from the beginning.
We know who Luca is.
We've spoken to that person before.
Okay, do you agree that men and women look different?
Hold on. Answer my question. What characteristic does Luca have that a woman cannot?
He looks like a man.
That's circular. That's the argument you're trying to make. Hold on. That's the argument you're trying to make. You're trying to say he or she or whatever it is looks like a man in a way that a woman can't. Give an example of a trait. Give an example. I'm speaking. Give an example of a trait that Luca has that a woman cannot. A characteristic.
Obviously, women can grow hair, sure.
That's not a distinction. Give an example of a trait that Luca has that a woman can't. Answer the question.
Can I speak, please?
You can speak if you're answering the question.
I'm speaking like a human being. I'm not a robot like you.
Sorry. Well, I'm sorry. It's not robotic. I'm asking a direct question.
It is robotic because you're expecting
I
gave you an answer and you rebutted my answer. So I'm giving you another statement.
Keep going, Egg.
I asked you for a direct question. It requires a direct answer.
Yes, I'm trying to speak, but this robot over here is over speaking.
Okay,
I'm sorry if you
stop hollering.
You're just gonna call everybody who's smarter than you a robot then.
So do you believe that men and women look different physically?
Sorry, you're not answering. You can't answer a question.
Oh, you're not answering the question.
Answer the question.
A penis there. Do you believe
What trait does a Luca have that a woman cannot?
He looks like a man physically.
That's begging the question. That's the argument.
He has no traits.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. What are the characteristics that make a person?
You're insufferable. You're insufferable.
You won't answer anything. You just want to keep talking and then you complain when people don't let you talk. I'm asking a direct question and answering. How does Luca look like a man that a woman? Give me the traits that Luca has that makes the person look like a man that a woman would.
What makes him look like a woman?
Sorry, that's the thing. I don't say the statements look like woman, look like man because it's a lot of sexist stereotypes. So I'm not. That's the thing about.
We're not gonna answer questions.
Nini, I have a question for you, Nini.
I'm not.
No, you're not gonna ask me a question. We're gonna get to Trevor.
Still in the middle of talking, so I don't know why I'm being interrupted. Right? Yet again. I'm not the one making the statement that persons, quote, look like men or, quote, look like women. That's not the claim I made. You're the one saying persons look like men and look like women.
So you don't believe that men and women have distinct characteristics?
I am asking you to tell me.
And I'm asking you, do you believe that men and women inherently look different from each other?
Not look, no. They are different, not on the basis of look.
So they don't look different from each other?
There are general characteristics that we associate differently with men and women, but those are not definitive characteristics. That's why I don't use them. That's why I don't use them to define women and men. Women and men are defined and distinguished by biological sex.
Yes.
So you wouldn't find it homosexual for a man to be attracted to the man that was on the panel?
If the woman on the panel, if he knew that if he knew that Luca was a female, then it wouldn't be gay. No. The person might be deceived into thinking that Luca is a man.
As a gay man, what business of this conversation is yours?
As a gay man who wants to be a woman, what business is it yours, sir?
I'm a trans woman.
Nini, I can't ask you a question.
I'm a trans woman.
You're a man. I don't know why you trans women think you're entitled to come up and tell people that's none of their business. You're literally a gay man who wants to be a woman. The only difference between me and you is that I like my cock and you want to cut yours off. That's the only difference between me and you. So you're a gay man who is gender confused.
You are a gay man.
You're a man.
How do you feel about people who invalidate
your man in a dress?
Okay,
I've never understood. Hold on, I'm talking.
Because let's hear Trevor. You know they don't understand. Trevor might have opposing thoughts.
Hold on 1 second. No, Trevor agrees with us, right? The point here is that, right? Trans women are gay men in dresses, and then you all are asking gay men why they have a say in the conversation. You're a gay man in a dress.
You're a gay man.
You're a gay man who thinks he's a woman. You're gender confused.
But you're just a gay man.
You're a gay man who thinks he's a woman.
How are you validating someone else's identity? How do you feel these people validate your identity?
Sorry, I don't identify as anything. I'm a man because I'm a male. I don't identify.
You are a simple gay man.
I don't identify as a man. I am a man. I'm a man because I'm a
simple
male.
Sterling.
Okay, but you identify with being gay.
I'd rather be simple than
simple.
Gender confused.
So you identify with being gay?
I'm bisexual, yes.
You are gay as a bag of
laughing like that after I told you what I am isn't going to change anything.
Everybody, unicorn.
You're misgendering Megan this whole time.
I'm not misgendering anybody. Megan is a man.
You're
the one misgendering him.
Okay, I have a question. Can I ask anyone else on the panel a question?
Yeah, you wait, hold on. You asked me a question and you haven't answered my question. You haven't answered my question.
Really?
You haven't answered my question.
Oh,
I answered
your question.
No, you didn't. What are the traits that define women, that define men that they have that make them look like men that women don't have?
We all have eyes. We all have eyes.
Yeah, so tell me.
Masculine features.
Are there masculine women? Dumb fuck.
Okay, you don't have to use
Are
profanity.
there masculine women?
Yes, there's masculine women, but you can obviously tell the
masculine traits, yeah, bitch, don't make persons men.
Tell the difference. You can tell the difference.
No, okay, what's the masculinity?
That's the masculinity?
What's the masculine? Sorry, Megan, you're gonna have to stop interrupting. What's the masculinity that men have that women don't have? Dumbass.
testosterone.
Oh, okay. Women with polycystic ovarian syndrome have testosterone, and men and women both produce testosterone and estrogen.
So you're basically saying gender doesn't exist. So you're basically saying gender doesn't exist.
I'm not saying gender doesn't exist. I'm saying
you're basically
all of the
saying that both men and women can have these traits.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me explain.
You sound slow.
Let me explain it to you. Let me explain
You
it
just
to you
sound
since you're
uneducated,
confused.
Egg.
Let me explain it to you.
Uneducated, Nina.
Let me explain it to you since
You're
you're
uneducated.
You sound uneducated because women can very much so
over-talking is
have
getting annoying.
dumb.
Can I finish what I was saying, please?
No.
The issue is that you're confusing general traits that are associated with women and men as opposed to traits that define women and men. That's the issue with you pro-trans people. You're a load of sexist fucks who think women and men are defined by stereotypes. That's your issue. Now, stop. I'm speaking. Right? That's the issue with pro-trans people. You think women and men are aesthetic. You think women and men are about representation. Not only are you being sexist, you're being regressive and reductive to women and men. Yes, there are general characteristics that we as a society associate with women and men, right? But those things do not define you as a woman or a man. That's what you need to understand, okay? So general differences that we associate with men and women are not definitive of men and women. I don't know how else to explain this to you. If you don't get that, then you're just slow.
So stop trying.
I wasn't talking to you, sir. I was talking to Humpty Dumpty who fell off the wall.
And he didn't care either.
Okay, sorry. Well, then why are you people requesting? Why are you people requesting them? Hi, Trevor. Sound like Mickey Mouse.
Hi.
Hi, Trevor.
Trevor, answer the prompt. Is it homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman?
Somebody asked me. Hold on one second. Somebody asked me. Is it what is it to get? It's a galaxy to drop. Yes, it's the galaxy to drop. Other than the Mars, it's a lion to drop the Mars. Okay, and Psycho said the insulting from. Okay, so y'all, let's stop insulting each other. Let's try to keep it on a debate without insulting each other. Cause my main people, they don't like that. So let's just try to keep it on the debate.
They're insulting us with their level of intelligence or lack thereof. If people
Ditto.
Stupid, honestly.
Okay, Trevor, do you think it's homosexual for a man to be with a straight man to be with a trans woman?
Yes.
Okay, we're looking for opposing thoughts, boo.
It's from the beginning. I told you Trevor agrees.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, I didn't know, Trevor. Y'all request up if you are a opposing thought. Okay,
wait, I have a question for Nini.
What do you want?
question for Nini.
You mad?
That's that 19-year-old brain.
What
is? That's that man brain.
So if your man was attracted to a trans man, would you think he's sus?
Say it again.
If your man was attracted to, what's his name, Luca, the guy that was on the panel?
Yeah.
If your man was attracted to Luca, would you find that suspect, like, weird?
Yeah, I would find it weird, yeah.
Yeah, so would you consider that kind of homoerotic or no?
I mean, that's still a woman. Like, men try to get at studs all the time, so that's still a woman. Me personally, I would find it weird.
So you would consider that kind of homosexual?
But that's on a personal bias. Like, we're not going off of personal anecdotal. You feel me? Like, we're not going off of that. We're stating facts up here.
Right.
And when Edna asked you the question, that's why I said you were uneducated, because women literally can have those characteristics. So that's what debunked.
I'm not denying that. I wasn't denying that.
Then you didn't answer my question then.
Yeah, he couldn't answer the question because it was no characteristics that women
debates the past 3 days. I didn't cook eggs. Like, I asked him if he like them fried hard.
Bree, you did not cook nobody.
Imagine being a trans man.
If you can't hang with me, then you definitely can't hang with no motherfucking Egna. Let's just be for real here.
Because Edna has no life, that's why.
I have no life, yet you're sitting
Edna's
up
here.
Edna's you very judgmental.
You see how you guys say I have no life because I don't agree with you, and I'm cooking all of y'all asses on the debate. That's the funny part.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I haven't heard any debate. All I'm hearing
TikTok is your best friend.
Sorry, and estrogen is your best friend, and it's still not helping you. You still sound like a man.
Loser.
So what now?
It's given very much. I feel. He's staying back. Y'all gotta come with facts.
Is anyone gonna?
They've been trying, but
is anyone gonna respond with an argument?
Because those are not facts.
They were. You put up statistics, and then y'all brought up surveys.
Yeah, but sorry, we didn't bring up surveys.
Nobody brought up a survey. Yes.
But then y'all spend a whole hour talking about whether
survey.
No, we explained why the survey
Megan,
we explained why the survey was a poor method of data collection when it comes to trying to verify.
Again, you invalidated his
Sorry,
facts.
I'm speaking. Stop interrupting.
Okay, you could get you interrupted too.
Sorry, Bree. There
Shut
has
up.
to be some threshold.
Hey,
Shut up.
Tiana,
But
why
the-
you? Hold on 1 second, Edna.
The interrupting
Tiana,
is so annoying.
I asked you. Hold on, everybody
Y'all
on
block
mute for a
me and
second.
drop me. Don't do that.
No, bitch, because you couldn't even let me know whether it was homosexual or not for a trans woman. I mean, for a straight man to date a goddamn trans woman.
Because it would be
I don't know. I guess.
disrespectful.
Yeah. So if you don't have an opinion on
It's
this
not
shit, why the fuck are you
disrespectful.
up
The
here?
fact of the matter is, it's gay.
If you don't
That's
have
not
no opinion on
disrespectful.
this shit, why are you here?
Right, it's
To
literally
show
gay.
y'all that it
Three
doesn't
galaxies,
matter who
babe.
somebody is.
No,
You
you
respect
keep.
Hold on,
someone
Megan, be quiet.
regardless of what they want or who they That's are. not the
question though, my love. The
I know it
question
ain't the
is it
question.
homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman? That's not the question about no feel. Y'all always talking about feelings.
Right. So, anyways, I'll address the prompt. It is homosexual for a straight man to be with a trans woman. The man
I
is
don't
not
think
straight.
so. Edna, are you attracted to trans women?
Hey,
Any man,
let him. Egg, shut up,
he
nigga.
can't stop
Damn.
interrupting. You know, that's his issue. He doesn't know how to shut up. He just keeps interrupting like a little baby, right?
Go,
So,
Edna.
as I was saying, right, it is gay for a man to be with a trans woman. A gay relationship, by definition, is a same-sex relationship. If you're in a
He looks
relationship
wonderful.
with a person, you can keep chasing after women who think that they're men. This isn't going to change anything. Luca's still a woman. I don't really care what y'all think. Anyway, as I was saying,
I'm gay and Luke's attractive.
Okay, nobody wants to hear that, y'all.
Y'all be
Okay,
quiet. All
shut
right,
up.
let's
Just
do
let
for
him answer
Showtime.
it. Shit.
Can't nobody be quiet. Let's go on to
we
Showtime.
don't need showtime. People just need to act like
Oh,
adults.
brother.
Oh,
Right,
see what y'all
fuck? Be
did?
quiet. Be quiet.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
don't have anything to. Besides the fact that y'all are doing the emotional thing, and this is a debate. Debates are about facts. Bring the facts to the table. I just told y'all that. Y'all little 1% is gonna stay at 1% as long as y'all going against the grain. Like, come on now, you gotta come with facts. That's just that on that. Go to the next.
Do you don't know how to do it?
Oh no.
Okay, you type your name at the top.
Okay.
And then click wrap up.
Okay.
All right. I just want y'all to just stop fucking interrupting. This shit's annoying. Luca, the picture, that's dope, bro. We have no issue with the picture. That's fine. There are plenty of bodybuilders that are women. Simply because you're a bodybuilder.
Right. So just to clarify, just to make it very clear for all the dummies in the comment section and people on the panel who don't understand this, right? Straight men do not date persons of the same sex. I don't know how else to explain this to y'all. If you all think persons can be in same-sex relationships and it be considered straight, you have some homophobia you need to deal with. That's literally what it means to be gay, right? Now, as far as Luca is concerned, I just want to clarify, right? Bodybuilding and doing those things doesn't make you a man. It just shows how you, as a woman who thinks she's a man, thinks manhood is all about aesthetics. That's your issue. You think that you have to have muscles and a beard. There's nothing you have that a woman can't. So you're not really changing anything. This isn't going to change the fact that you're a woman. So I don't know how else to explain this to you. Meanwhile, you probably don't even know what a man is. So moving right along. I yield my time. Gender confused.
Alright, y'all, it's the Galaxy to drop. Continue tapping the screen. If you want to drop Megan, it's 3 galaxies because Megan paid the 2 galaxies to come back. Let's continue to tap the screen and share the live out. I don't even know why Eggs is here. I didn't cooked eggs in a debate for the past 3 fucking days, and every time Eggs dropped and ran. You dropped and ran every time. Go ahead, Megan.
Well, I don't have much to say because the people that I actually respect talking with, we've had those discussions. I'm just waiting for Edna to hurry up and shut up. I don't understand why the conversations are about trans women, straight men, protecting biological women, and gay men are imposing their thoughts and their feelings into the conversation. It's really given the PREDATORY vibes that, we speak of, but it is what it is, yeah. When the adults want to have the conversation, not the 19-year-old children who live in their basements and spend 24 hours a day on TikTok pressing mute buttons. We can get back to it. But until then, baby, I'm chilling. I want some Chick-fil-A.
Jesus. Okay, I don't even know where to start. A lot's been happening. I think it's disingenuous to say that like men who are homosexual have no space to speak when they do. They have mothers, they have sisters, they have aunts and cousins that they care about that are women. So I think they have every right to speak up about this. Also, I kind of agree with, I forgot who said it, but you are kind of contributing to sexism when you equate being a woman or a man to aesthetics. When you say that, oh, because I look like a woman, because I look like a man, that makes me that thing, that's inherently sexist. Because then if you flip it, you can say, oh, well, there are women who aren't perceived as women and they're treated like men. That doesn't now make them men. You're directly perpetuating sexism. So like, just stop it. Women are adult human females, whatever that looks like, that's what women are. That's what defines womanhood. The opposite for men, period. It's that simple. Like, you deserve love and respect as a trans person. I wouldn't deny you that, but you're just not inherently a woman or a man just because you identify as such.
So I don't understand how no matter how many times I explain the way I see gender to these people, they still fail to comprehend or grasp it. So I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not saying that certain aesthetics are what make you a man or a woman, or that certain.
You see
Bro,
what you just said that
I
threw
thought
your
I was going to
debate
get a
out.
minute. I thought I was going to get a minute.
I'm gonna give it back to you, but you said the way you see gender. See, we have the way you see gender, and we have facts. Those are two different things. When you start a debate, the way
Your
you
facts
see
are also
gender.
the way you see gender.
No, it's
It's
not.
still your opinion based on.
It's no, nothing I say is an opinion. It's a fact.
It is an opinion.
I don't debate from opinions. That makes it fallacies. I don't do that. But I'll give you
That's
your
not
time.
how a fallacy
No problem.
works.
I'll give your time back. No problem. Sure. But that just
Yeah,
you have to.
okay.
We have opinions and we have facts. Opinions are emotional based, Luca. We don't want to hear how you feel. Go ahead, Kyra.
Okay, so if a man attracted to a trans without knowing they're trans, that's not homosexual. But if you continue to be attracted after you find out that that person has male genitalia, yes, that's homosexual. But I don't see like what's wrong with being just a gay person. Like, what's the need for transgender? Like, I respect everybody in their sexuality, but I don't see like what's wrong with just being gay or bisexual. Because sometimes people will trans and still date the same sex. Like, some people, like a trans woman will date a woman. It's kind of heterosexual. So like, what's wrong with just gay?
That ain't no fucking heterosexual. A trans woman, a trans. Oh yeah, that's straight with a twist. You're right. Go ahead.
So yeah, what I'm saying is that gender is defined by the roles and expectations placed onto us based on the way we are socially recognized and perceived. I am not saying that the way you outwardly present yourself is what makes you a woman. Rather, the system that classes us based on that perception and social recognition is what defines which category we fall under. So no, and I don't know why y'all keep turning this off, because you know the point I'm about to make is you could say it's absurd to think that somebody who's in a quote unquote same-sex relationship can be in a socially straight relationship. But you have to concede that if somebody would be attracted to me by looking at me, by that social recognition, seeing me and placing me in that man category, that would be pretty dang gay. And even after they found out what equipment I might be working with, to say that it's still not pretty damn gay based on the way that I look, attraction is not about a sexual action. You can be gay before you have any smex. It's about the attraction in the first place.
Luca, you know what? All the muscles, and I still whoop your ass. I guarantee you I would.
Hey y'all! I'm so glad I got an intellectual response. I'm so glad I got an intellectual response.
I'm going to respond.
So wait.
I still didn't get my minute. That's not fair, bro. I'm
going to respond to what.
Okay. We don't care.
So. All right. So let me just address what you said, right? So just to clarify, right, a person might be attracted, a gay man might be attracted to a trans man under the incorrect impression that the person is a man. But a gay man who finds out that the person is a trans man, if he doesn't relent with his attraction or he's still into dating you or being with you, that man is not gay. He's bisexual.
What? Go on.
I'm
So
going
you'd be
to give
bisexual.
you. I'm going to give you
Not
another.
bi, babes. I don't like women.
Bro, the constant over talking is just so. It's just like talking to a bunch of children.
So leave.
Let me give you an example.
Come back later.
I'm going to ask it to stop. I'm going to ask it to Egg because Egg is confused. Okay, if I'm sitting down at a restaurant, for example, I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan who goes to a vegan restaurant, and a person puts down a plate of food that looks like a plate of vegetables, right? And as the person walks away, they say to me, "It looks like a plate of vegetables, but it's actually vegetables. It's actually meat disguised as vegetables." Would I, as a vegan, eat that food? Yes or no?
No, but equating food to people is weird.
Wait, why?
Also, veganism doesn't work based on what you're...
Yeah, one is a dietary preference. Sexuality is a sexual preference. They're completely analogous. Answer the question, please.
Yeah.
A person. So the vegan.
Your analogy
you would
is
agree. You would agree.
I'm sorry.
You would agree.
I'm sorry. Guys, this is fucking.
Hold
on, I'm sorry, Nate. This is annoying now. Can you guys stop fucking interrupting? Like, let them have the one-on-one. Luca, you want to be a man so bad? Have some fucking self-control and shut the fuck up.
Right.
Oh my god.
Just shut the fuck up.
Right.
You just continue to do it until I get dropped or muted again. How
okay,
about
all right, there you go. Your wish is
dropped.
your wish is my command.
You're grown.
Okay, let me explain to you.
So bad that you want to be a man so bad that, but you display your bitchness. Shut the fuck up, boy.
Let me explain.
So much resentment there.
Let me explain to you what Luca does. Luca comes up. Luca will continue to interrupt and be insufferable, and then accuse you of running in the comment section. So we're not letting Luca back up because Luca has demonstrated that she is not able to actually.
Acting like
well, the difference is you have a badge.
You keep interrupting, and then
I'm sexist.
You're a moderator,
bro. Yeah, I am dropping. I am dropping her because she's a moderator. She's not allowing people to have conversation. We went through showtime. She had her time to talk, and when it came for me to respond and ask a question, okay, all right.
Why can't he?
Right.
Why can't he be on
so
the
anyways, and I'm gonna keep dropping Megan. I don't care who keep bringing him up because the interrupting is annoying. I don't care how much galaxies you have to send. I'm not gonna be overspoken.
Megan, he
as I was saying,
gendered you.
right? When it comes to the analogy, to answer my question, veganism is a dietary preference the same way that being gay or bisexual or anything else is a sexual preference, right? You would agree that a person being vegan is a dietary preference. It is.
I can't choose to be straight. Having a preference means that you have options. I don't have an option.
Yes, sexual preference. Preference.
Babe, no, I don't.
One second. Not all preferences in and of themselves are what's it call it? Like you don't choose to have a preference. Some things you just like to do. So the fact of the matter is they're analogous. They're analogous. So I need to answer my question.
Having a preference
I'm going to
that
give
you prefer something to the other.
Sorry, is being gay a sexual preference? Yes.
No, it's not.
It literally is. It literally is.
Having a preference insinuates that you prefer something toward the other. That means you have the option to have both things.
No,
I don't have the option.
No, you can have an exclusive preference. That's why you add the adjective to that word. So you can have an exclusive preference. So being gay is an exclusive sexual preference towards persons of the same sex. I don't know how you don't understand this. In the same way that being vegan, in the same way that being vegan is a dietary preference, an exclusive dietary preference towards non-dairy or non-meat products, okay? Right? So yet again, answer my question. The vegan who looks at the plate of food, you would agree that if it looks like vegetables, the person may be initially interested, correct?
Yeah.
But once they find out that it's actually a plate of meat disguised as a vegetable, they wouldn't eat it, correct?
Sure.
The same thing applies to a straight man. So a straight man may be initially attracted to a trans woman under the incorrect. All right, I'm just done with the interrupting. Right, a straight man might be attracted to a trans woman under the incorrect impression that they are a female. But once the person finds out that they are a male, which should be done from the get-go because trans women should disclose. If you don't, it's SA, right? But yet again, right? Once they find out it's a male, if you continue to engage with that person, then you are not straight. the same thing applies to the vegan analogy. So a vegan would be initially attracted or initially interested in that food, but once they find out it's actually a plate of meat, they are not going to eat it because they're vegan.
Okay, so you like comparing human beings to vegetables. So
called an analogy.
It's an analogy.
It's a wrong.
Okay.
It's a wrong analogy.
Hold on.
So can I
really quickly? Wait. Egg,
because
stop the bullshit, bro.
You just talking. I swear, every day I get up here, I realize that sex and stuff was the only thing y'all were worried about when y'all was in school, because y'all, like, no way you are sitting here telling him you like to equate that to that. It's an analogy, my love. Like, come on now.
I know what an analogy is, but I'm saying human beings are more complex than that.
No,
he's giving you an analogy, bro.
Oh my god, you guys lack comprehension.
I'm going to ask a simple question. Hold on. I'm going to ask a simple question. When we compare or when we place an analogy to you, what is the thing that matters in the analogy? So P. It's a word begins with the letter P. Sorry, I don't want 3 to 5 business days to answer. Can you speed it up, please? I don't want to turn 70 before you answer the question. When we're assessing an analogy, what is it that we're looking for?
I don't know, what is it?
Exactly. So you're the one who lacks comprehension. It's called the principle.
Ignore him.
It's called the principle. That's what it is. All right. So they all type it in the comments for you. It's principle. All right.
Okay. So, cool.
Right. Exactly. So when I give you an analogy, the scenarios don't have to be descriptively the same. They just have to be principally the same. So in principle, being vegan and being gay are both types of preferences. One is a dietary preference and one is a sexual preference. The thing that we're trying to clarify here is that the person in the case of the straight man, right, he may be attracted to a trans woman under the incorrect impression that the person, or interested in a trans woman under the incorrect impression that they are female, in the same way a vegan may be interested in a plate of food that looks like vegetables. However, in both instances, the individuals that they're interested in, or the thing that they're interested in, is appearing to be something that it's not.
So do you believe that there's outliers in your principle?
Hold on.
There are no outliers.
Because I want to get to the new people.
I have an outlier.
Sorry, okay, what's the outlier?
So let's say Megan, she's very beautiful. Just when if I find out she's trans, and let's say she doesn't have bottom surgery, that doesn't make me automatically attract her just because she has a penis.
That's not an outlier. The fact of the matter is, you know that he's a male. So if you know that Megan is male, if you find out that Megan is a male and you are still engaging with the person romantically or sexually, then you are not straight, because you now know what the person actually is. In the same way that the vegan, upon finding out that the plate of food is not actually a plate of vegetables, but is instead a plate of meat disguised as a vegetable, they would no longer be interested. It's the same thing.
It's not they would no longer be interested.
Okay, Eggs, wait.
I'm gonna ask.
Bree talking.
Hold on. Just let's see whatever. Kiana, what you keep requesting from?
I be want to talk. Like, it depends on what he's saying and stuff like that. But it's not equally or valuable to what he's saying. Like, he making different descriptions of.
Do you want to debate him?
Is he talking? Is it talking to me?
Yeah. Do you want to debate him?
What makes you think you're not an it?
Everybody going.
Right. Just as
what's your question?
Please, Kiana, come off mute. Do you want to debate him?
I don't have a question.
If you can't,
I'm just debating with him.
1 second. If you can't answer the prompt, what makes you think you can debate?
Right.
Because I don't disrespect people. And
I accept
people neither.
You're disrespecting like, are a trans woman a real woman? Like, duh, no. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, be respectful and acceptable.
Anyways,
because you said it.
So let's say Luca.
It's not about that. Just answer the question, and then we get into the depths of it after. But you have to answer the prompt when you come up here. And do you think you finna debate Edna?
Right. So anyways,
So I would date a trans man. Does that make me bi?
Okay, yes. If you're a male and you're okay dating a trans man, you're not gay. You'd be bisexual.
But you're gonna tell me my identity.
I'm gonna tell
me my identity.
Yeah, in the same way. Okay, hold on. If I told you
the definition of homosexual again.
I'm not attracted to Megan.
If I told you I'm a vegan, but I'm okay eating meat that looks like vegetables.
Well, you also told us you were bisexual.
Would you say that I'm? Bro, this nigga is so annoying. Right. So as I was saying, right. Eggs, answer my question. If I told you that I was a vegan, but I eat vegetables, I eat meat disguised as vegetables, am I a vegan?
How many times are you gonna ask the same question?
Yeah, maybe you can try answer it. Maybe you can try answering this time.
I just told you no.
Okay, great. So if you're a man, if you're saying you're a gay man, but you're okay dating women who look like men, you're not gay.
I'm okay with dating a trans man.
Trans men are women.
But I'm not
who look
attracted
like men.
to a woman. I'm not attracted to.
Sorry,
women.
Sorry, would you date a person who is of the female sex who is a trans man?
I wouldn't date trans. By your logic, I should be able to date. I should be able to date trans women because they're biologically male.
Yes,
but I'm not attracted to trans women.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, you might not be attracted to feminine men. That's fine. But
I'm not attracted to trans women.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. You're not attracted to that kind of man. Would you date a masculine male?
Would I date a masculine male? Yeah, I would date a masculine.
Okay, great. So you just don't like males who are feminine. That's why you don't like trans women.
I could date a feminine man. I just don't like trans
women are feminine men.
No, they're not. That's why your logic is flawed.
Let's break it down because I figure you don't know what to.
So you would date a trans? You would date a trans person?
I figure I would date. Sorry, I like men and women both masculine. I don't like feminine men. So I would date a. Okay, I'm just gonna keep dropping.
You like masculine women?
I like masculine women. Yes.
That's very funny.
Okay. What's funny about it?
Wait,
you didn't know what the word methodology meant.
You like masculine? Pause. You like masculine women too, my boy. What are you on, Ed?
No, I don't. I like trans men.
Hold on. Stop. No. Let's stop the bullshit. Either your ass is delusional as fuck and you don't know what you're talking about, or you're just fucking stupid. And at this point, I'm gonna say, hold on. Yes, I do. I'm about to explain it to you. For instance, Luca, regardless of how Luca identifies, they can identify as a footloose goose for all we give two fucks. Luca objectively is an adult human female, you upside down fruitcake. And because they're masculine, you would date them. So you sitting on a panel talking about Edna, you just sound embarrassing, my boy. Yeah. So you like masculine women. What are you on?
I don't like masculine women.
Again, homosexuality.
Bro, you're gonna tell me what I like? Luca doesn't look like a woman to me.
Hold on.
We're just telling you what it's called. You're not accepting it.
Lucan doesn't look like a woman to me.
But
okay, hold on.
But homosexuality means romantically or sexually attracted to someone of one's own sex. That's what that means. Regardless of if they look like this or not, that it by sex, we're not talking about gender or social roles or whatever. By sex, you are still talking to a man.
But do you agree that sex and gender play a part in each other?
Yes, they play a part in each other.
We're not talking about gender. We're not talking about gender. It says based on sex. Okay, so hold on, stop. When we were fighting, just to clarify, because I think the funny thing is, gay men are willing to, these men who claim that they're pro-LGBT are willing to completely decimate the history of gay rights in order to advocate for trans people. When we were fighting for gay rights to get married, what was gay marriage called? Same what? Was it called same gender identity marriage or same sex marriage?
Same-sex marriage, but again,
same sex. Okay, no, hold on.
Let him finish.
Hold on. Same-sex marriage. If
you shut the fuck up, bitch.
If you marry, the crash out is crazy.
There. You're gonna get dropped though.
If you were married to, I asked somebody else since he crashed out. If Humpty Dumpty, his name is Egg, right? Humpty Dumpty, if he was married to Luca and he is male and Luca is female, is that an opposite sex marriage or a same-sex marriage? Which one is it? It's an opposite sex marriage.
And who?
Luca and Egg, the nigga who was stupid.
That's the same sex marriage.
No, opposite sex. Luca is female.
Luca surely is a female.
Yeah, Luca is a female. So it would be an opposite sex marriage, right? So you wouldn't be gay. The law wouldn't even recognize you as a same sex couple. Not really appealing to legality, but you get what I mean. Mm-hmm. It would be an opposite sex union, right? So if you're in a physical or sexual with a person of the same sex, you are in a gay relationship. Straight men do not date trans women. And what we need to address here is that a lot of trans women are fostering and accommodating the internalized homophobia of men who are DL. Y'all need to stop sleeping with men and telling them that they're straight for dating you, right? Y'all say that y'all fight for the gay community, but y'all are fostering our biggest enemies, which is down low men who don't want to admit that they're gay. You're sleeping with men, they're sticking their dicks in your booty hole, and you're calling it straight. It is gay. Just admit that it's gay.
I have a question.
Honestly. That's so
I have a question.
boring.
Because the women on the panel may live for you in this moment, but what biologically straight heteronormative woman would date you?
Heteronormative?
Let's be so real.
Heteronormativity.
Heteronormative, correct.
Yeah, you mean heterosexual? Do you mean heterosexual?
Which heterosexual, heteronormative, the experience.
There are lots of straight women who will date bisexual men. There's lots of them. There are some women who like feminine men.
Are there any here?
Yeah, I mean, I've asked my chat before, how many women in chat would date a feminine man?
Yeah, I dated a bisexual.
There's lots of women who date bisexual feminine men.
How many would date a man who has the picture of Edna Mode living as that moniker?
Thank you, sister.
I mean, let's be so real.